everyone, my name is Webweaver, and welcome to the State of the Web channel updates, June 2024. Now, this is the third time's the charm recording this. The first time I recorded this, it was 60 minutes long, which is, about 40 minutes too long. Second time I recorded this, my computer crashed right as I was about to wrap up at 25 minutes, so, we're gonna do this a little bit faster. And I apologize if I skip over something accidentally because I've already said this out loud for the past 2 hours. So, welcome to the State of the Web. We have a few categories that we're going to talk about today. The Variety Arc, changes to the memberships on YouTube, Miscellaneous, and the Elephant in the Room, which will ominously loom over there until we get there. So, let's talk about the Variety Arc. What happened to X series? Dark Souls is the quickest thing to go over, so it's first. I hit a roadblock on the Dark Souls playthrough that caused me to not play the game for, and subsequently not record, for, like a week and a half. And so there was like a 2-week period where Plunger didn't have any videos to edit. Now, I eventually locked the F in and finished recording the Dark Souls series. So, the Dark Souls series will upload as scheduled starting this week. Unless, of course, Plunger has something come up and he can't do it, but that's, that's in Lord Gwyn's hands, not mine. But Dark Souls will be continuing as planned, and the series is fully recorded. RimWorld, on the other hand, I had the dreaded game updating, and several of my mods, including Ratkin Plus, were updated to where I could no longer use them in the version of the game that I'm playing. Now, the problem with that is that a lot of the mods that I'm using in the current modded playthrough were never updated past version 1.3, so I'm in this kind of tricky situation. Now, what I need to do is look at my mod list, find out what got updated that I'm using, and find old versions of those mods, and then install old versions of those mods, and then uninstall the newer versions on the Steam Workshop. I have not had the energy to do that, nor have I had the desire to do that. So, unfortunately, RimWorld is on hiatus until further notice. I apologize. Lunacid, on the other hand, is significantly a little bit sadder. So, I want to preface this with the person involved is not a YouTube commenter. They are not is the wrong thing to say. They have not been featured on this channel as a friend. They have not commented or left any YouTube comments. They are not somebody that you would know in any way, shape, or form. So, that's ominous already. But essentially, I was playing Lunacid, and my friends found out about it. And we were talking about Lunacid, and we were talking about the sort of current progress points that we were at, because one of my friends, she started playing Lunacid after I did, and we both got really into it, so we were, collaborating, working on information and all that. And another friend, they got a little ahead of themselves, and they were really excited, and they wanted to be a part of the conversation. And so they looked up a bunch of spoilers. And then they started talking about those spoilers. And so a lot of Lunacid, a lot of things that I didn't know, the endings as well, all got spoiled. So, I lost my drive and passion for playing Lunacid. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say it was fine. I was mad at them, but I'm not gonna blow up a friendship over a video game being spoiled, especially because spoilers don't normally bother me. It's just that I know myself very well, and I knew that if Lunacid was spoiled for me, I would not have any interest in playing the game, and Lunacid was spoiled for me, and I didn't have any interest in playing the game. So, just to reiterate, so that there's no witch hunt, there's no trial by fire, there's no social deduction going on. The person involved has not been featured on the channel. You have not met them. They're just a friend of mine, and we're still friends. So, with all that being said, the Lunacid series is completely canceled, and there are 6 episodes that have been filmed, including me getting the durian ending or whatever. That's such a weird thing to say, and trust me, that doesn't make sense. That's a weird webism, okay? But I got the durian ending, and a bunch of other stuff, like 6 episodes, several hours of footage. I just felt that they were kind of rancid, because I didn't have that whimsy anymore. So, I'm not gonna waste Tourmaline's time with what I think is bad footage. There might be more Lunacid content in the future. I don't know if Lunacid DLC is real. If it is, we'll obviously play that. And we also might do Lunacid Randomizer or Lunacid Randomizer races with my aforementioned friend who she got really into the game with me, and we were like collaborating and sharing information with each other and trying to progress. Because I would really be interested in doing like a Lunacid Randomizer race. It's almost like I've been asking for randomizer races, and that's been something that I've really enjoyed on the channel. I really wish there was a game that I really, really liked that had functional seeds so that you could sync up runs with other people so you could race each other. That'd be really cool. Anyways, moving on to other Disillusion/Gloomwood specifically. So, Disillusion and Gloomwood are in an interesting place because they were, if I remember correctly, both chosen by the members as games for me to play. And Disillusion, we've beat. We got 2 endings. We saw the game to its, I'm not going to say logical conclusion, but we saw the game to its conclusion. The credits rolled twice over. We got 2 different endings. And Gloomwood, we got to the end of what was currently in the game. However, I'm going to be handling both of the games differently. Disillusion, we are probably pushing back a few months. So think October, November. What I need to do is download the fan patch for Disillusion, and then replay the game so that I can actually do the quests that are broken. So that I can get, like, I don't know if there are more endings that I couldn't access. I think there's, like, a true ending that you can't access unless you get the fan patch, something like that. It's a little off of my mind right now, so I do apologize. I didn't really feel like getting the exact details for Disillusion. But basically, we'll be revisiting Disillusion with the fan patch so that we can see the content that we were supposed to be able to see before, but didn't exist because we were playing the game vanilla. We will do that in a few months, and then after Disillusion is done, and we have thoroughly revisited it to the satisfaction of me, we will then be going on to the prequel game, Disillusion ST. And we will be doing a playthrough of that. I will also do due diligence to try to see if there's like a fan patch for that one that I need to download, but I don't think so. I think Disillusion ST is like the more popular, more well-refined game that people have done Let's Plays of, so. Moving on to Gloomwood. Gloomwood is an early access game that we played to the end of the early access, period. We did the content that was in the game. Now, we missed a lot of secrets, probably, and we missed some combat encounters, we missed some of the level design, because we just kind of went through it a specific way, and then we got to the end, and then we didn't go the other routes or the other paths. I am going to revisit Gloomwood when the game launches officially, and is out of early access. We will not be revisiting Gloomwood at major updates. We will be revisiting Gloomwood once the game is out. Whenever that may be. Moving on to Locked In Future Variety Arc. There's actually 4 games listed here, but you can only see 1000X Resist because of how I'm presenting it to you today. There are 4 games that we will be doing playthroughs of in the future. However, expect this to be more late 2024 to early 2025, mainly because 3 of these games are unreleased and only one of them has a confirmed release date of 2025, but not an actual confirmed release date. Just says 2025 generically. 1000X Resist is the only game here that is currently released, but we will be doing something with that either early 2025 or late 2024, specifically like, I don't know, late November, December-ish? Probably? Because we have some other things that are locked in for the immediate. The other 3 games on the list, 2 of them should be very unsurprising, and I do have disclosures to go through for both of them. But the full list for the 4 games is Unbeatable, Genokids, and Lauren's Lure. All 3 of these games have seen representation on the channel already. We did a playthrough of Unbeatable White Label, which is a side game, and we did a playthrough of the original Genokids combat demo, and the more recent Genokids demo, which has narrative elements, a cart that you can drive, among other things, and then a boss fight. Very neat. Basically a stage. It's like a demo of like a playable stage in the game. And then Lauren's Lure, we played the demo in some World of Horror episode that has been lost to time. I mean, it's not lost to time, it's there. It's just I don't know what World of Horror episode it's in. It could be in any World of Horror episode. Which is, you know, good luck finding it. I mean, the episode's probably called, like, Lure or something, but, you know, regardless. Only Unbeatable has a release date of 2025, and then Genokids and Lauren's Lure are just like, when it's ready, you know? We'll be playing all 3 games, preferably close to when they launch. But if any of these games, for some reason, launch within the next month or 2, which I don't think they will, but if they randomly did, we would probably delay the playthrough by a couple of months. I am looking more towards the future in, like, 2025. For the 3 games in the back. Which is, again, Unbeatable, Genokids, and, whatchamacallit. Lauren's Lure. I apologize for not remembering the name when I was listing the games out for the 5th time. Now, the full disclosures are I have backed Unbeatable on Kickstarter. And for Genokids, I have backed the game on Kickstarter, and also had a conversation with one of the developers. And, by the way, fun web lore, the conversation that I had with that developer was, why did you stop playing RimWorld? I liked the RimWorld series. And that is one of the reasons why the RimWorld series came back. So, you know, that's your domino effect. You can thank the Genokids development team for bringing RimWorld back. in a weird roundabout way. Now, this is the most complicated part, so I'm going to try to go over it as quickly and succinctly as I can. Changes to the memberships on YouTube. Now, how I have always approached the memberships, and how I have always asked you to approach the memberships, is if you would like to financially support the channel, it is the best way to do so. Now, I feel multiple different ways that are contradictory, like we're Goomba A and Goomba B, holding self-contradictory opinions about how the membership should be ran. Which is, I would like the members to have perks that are worthwhile, but I'm also scared of that for 2 reasons. 1, because it is an incentive for more people to become members, which I don't like. I don't want to incentivize people to become members outside of they want to support the channel. And 2, I am very bad about sustainability with this channel. Anybody who's been watching it for any length of time should know that when it comes to sustainability of things, I'm pretty bad at that. When it comes to YouTube specifically. I'm decent in real life. So, we're going to be slightly reworking how the members work. Specifically, we're going to be adding. I am not taking away, but I am very hesitant to add more to the memberships for the reasons that I just listed. So, this is going to be a trial run for July and August to see how it works, if it's good, if the members who are currently members are happy with it, and we will see how it goes. If it is sustainable and good, then we will keep it going. But for now, this section is specifically for July and August. So, game nomination and schedules. If you are a member, you get to nominate a game once per month between the 1st and the 7th. Every nominated game will be added to a list, and then every member can vote on that list, and the winning game, the game with the most votes, is played for the channel. There are some caveats here. First of all, it cannot be a game that is longer than 5 hours, or around 5 hours, I should say, for a normal playthrough. This needs to be a weekend game or a short game. It needs to be a short experience that I can play and record in a weekend at most. The other caveat is that it has to be a game that I own. There will be a list posted on the Discord for members to view. And it has to be a game that will not provide me with extra work. Or it could also be free as well, or cheap, around $5 US. Now, the caveat of not providing me with extra work is that I do not want a game that has, you know, excessive themes where I would have to edit or censor it repeatedly to make it YouTube friendly. Now, I don't own many games like that, but I'm sure there's probably one or two that I would have to maybe work a little bit harder to get it on YouTube. So with those caveats in mind, the full list of all of this can be found if you are a member on the Discord. The official Discord, the link is in the description in most of these videos. Also, as an additional note, if you're a member, because I haven't been able to add all of the members to this yet, if you're a member and you are in the Discord server and you have a different name than what your YouTube name is that you are a member on, please comment down below with your Discord name so that I know it's you, so that I can give you the member role, because the official Discord is now getting member roles for everybody who are members, obviously. And please make sure that you are commenting it on YouTube and not in the Discord server saying, hey, this is me. For what should be obvious security reasons. So, with all that being said, the 3-can subscription, the most expensive one, is still going to operate in the way it has been. And this is something that I would like to do, which is increase frequency of game votes. However, I cannot promise that. And I'm very hesitant to improve the most expensive tier because of the reasons that I outlined earlier, which is like, you know, if some, like, I appreciate everybody dealing with me as I try to figure out a way that I like doing the memberships and to make them sustainable and hopefully worthwhile having. The 3-cans will also be getting some generic, just, you know, the Discord role for the 1-cans is the Say text color from Valhalla, and then the 3-cans text color is, or name color, I should say, is, Stella's text color from Valhalla, because I like Stella more of the two. And 3-cans will also have more votes. Well, their vote will be doubled in the game nomination that all members will have access to. But basically, I am trying to just kind of gradually and carefully increase what I'm doing for the members in a sustainable way. Now, miscellaneous. This one is, we're gonna try to get these over with as quickly as possible because it's already 20 minutes. I've been a lot slower than I was in the second recording session. That my computer crashed and I didn't get to save. So, live streams are not being rewarded by YouTube. To compare, the 1.0 live stream, which has 4.6k views, versus episode 44, the Yumiko episode, which has 400-ish views. The Yumiko episode 44 made $2 this month. This month, in June. This month, June. And the episode, the live stream of the 1.0 release, which has 4.6k views, in its lifetime, hasn't even cracked 10 cents. It's made 6 cents. So, I don't know if I'm doing live streams wrong or what. But it is very... It hurts the motivation, and it makes me kind of feel stupid to do a live stream. So, live streams from now on will be purely just for the love of the game and nothing else. And I mean, here's the thing. I already didn't live stream very often. Live streams were always very rare. But it's very demoralizing to see, like, oh yeah, the live stream can almost get 5,000 views, and analytically, like, it's doing great, but from a monetization perspective, it's, like, unfathomable dog shit, you know? I am not trying to chase YouTube money specifically. Don't get me wrong, I like money, and money helps. I like getting $100 occasionally from YouTube. I think it's pretty poggers. I like it. But I just think it's it invalidates the backlog, I think. Because if you're making a video, and then that video, like a month later, can give you $2, right? I think that's pretty cool. But if you do a live stream that does really, really, really well, and you get nothing for it, it just feels bad, you know? It just feels really, really bad, and it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, and it makes you feel like you're wasting your time. So, I don't know how to feel about live streams. Are live streams a victim of the capitalist arc? The capitalism arc? Maybe. I just feel like it's a crazy, like, time to value proposition. And live streams are already more stressful than videos as well. You know, live streams are more difficult than videos. So it's more difficult. It takes about the same amount of time, if not longer. And I have to, like, you know, try harder at it too. And it's actively detrimental to, like, my analytics. I don't know. I think maybe I'm doing something wrong with live streams, but I don't like it. So I still do want to do streams because they are fun, and I do this as a hobby, but I am not going to go out of my way to do live streams from the perspective of, like, you know, from a YouTube growth standpoint, if that makes sense. Now, enough whining about live streams. Let's talk about something more fun. Collaboration content. So, I want to do more collaboration content with more friends. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I haven't had the energy to put together. That's a running theme, by the way. The word of the day. Or the phrase of the day, I should say. The first piece of collaboration content, which will either be coming in July or August, is Limbo of the Lost. I do not know how many people are joining me yet. I am still asking around. After Limbo of the Lost, there are some things that are... I have decided on the games, but I don't know who will be joining. I have some good ideas. I need to ask around. But there will be more collaboration content, and I would like to have, ideally, a collaboration series every other month, bi-monthly. So, if we do Limbo of the Lost in, let's just say, July, which probably not, I'm leaning more towards August, but let's just say July, I would like to have a collaboration series in September. Now, this next part on the bullet list, sustainable recording, October 2024 onwards. This is more related to the elephant in the room that we'll be talking about later. But this is just the pure announcement, and then the reason will be later. Starting in October of 2024, I will be trying to, well, I'll be trying to do this in September to prepare for October, but I wish to do what I am calling sustainable recording, which is a rebrand of batch recording. I want to get a system that works to where I can successfully batch record episodes of World of Horror and longer running series that I can't just spot record in an afternoon or spot record on a weekend. I want to start sustainably recording these things, and during October 2024, if I do not have things batch recorded, there will not be uploads. So this is something that I'm going to start practicing in September, and this is going to be something that is coming into effect in October. This is something that I need to actively work towards, and it is something that I'm going to actively be trying really hard to do. But I need to start sustainably recording videos for the channel. And so with that ominousness, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is two different things. One of them is in the short term, and one of them is in the permanent long term. Let's talk about the fun one first, Dawn Trail, and the not serious one. We're saving the most serious aspect of this for last because it's the one that I want the least amount of people to see. I want this to be well and far away from the average viewer duration Andes. Thank you very much. So, Dawn Trail, coming out on June 28th for the early access period and officially releasing on July 2nd. I am planning to go very hard in Dawn Trail. During the early access period, I am not recording or live streaming anything. I do not care if the World of Horror DLC comes out on July 29th. My ass is in Tyrol. My ass is in the New World. Understood. Understandable. Thank you for wishing me to have a nice day. I appreciate it. During the early access period, I am spending all of my free and available time playing Dawn Trail. Then, the normal raid tier drops on July 16th. This doesn't really matter, but if I don't have something pre-recorded for July 16th, nothing's getting uploaded on that day, because I'm doing the normal raids. I mean, realistically, I'm doing the normal raids the moment the maintenance is over, which is like, I don't know, like 6 a.m. or something like that, but you know what I mean. Then, we have, you can't see it because it's cut off, but it is July 31st, or it's July 30th, actually, sorry. It's July 30th to August 6th, which is week 1 of the Savage tier. So, this is... Endwalker was my first raid tier that I progged Savage. It took me, on average, probably about 6 months to clear the tier with my static, which is fine. I love my static. I'm never quitting my static. I'm fine with that clear time. But I want to be a raiding degenerate so that when I look back at the Dawn Trail expansion, I can see a shit ton of proof of me doing Savage on certain websites that Yoshi P does not want me talking about or going to. But you're not my real dad, Yoshi P. Anyways, I'm going to be going hard on the Savage tier, and I am going to be trying to prog as much as possible in the first week of Savage, which is, you know, July 30th to August 6th. So, I'm not going to be world first racing because I'm not good enough to do that. That's for the next expansion. But, for this, I'm just going to be trying to do as much Savage as possible on week 1. And, I mean, I'm going to be trying to do as much Savage as possible just in general. But specifically for week 1, I will try to have like 7 episodes batch recorded because I don't want to stop progging to record the World of Horror. But on week 2 onwards, I will stop prog to go do the World of Horror. So basically what I'm trying to prepare you for is if I do not batch record these episodes, there is like a period from the 28th to July 2nd where their, you know, video availability and frequency might be a little sketchy, and there's a period from July 30th to August 6th where video recording and availability might be kind of sketchy. That's basically all I'm trying to prepare you for. So that's the immediate short term for July of the elephant in the room. Sorry, I have brain worms. If there's one game that I love more than anything else, it's my Final Fantasies, but specifically the 14th one. I don't care about any of the others. Right, so now we're going to talk about what will only be described as life changes generically and never elaborated on for the purpose of my privacy. The only reason I'm bringing this up and addressing this to begin with is because there is a monetary component to this channel, and I feel honor-bound to address it. In July, Life Changes trademark will happen, which will most likely have an effect on the quality, output, and production of videos on this channel. I do not know how long this effect will be. If there are any permanent changes to the channel because of this, or I am no longer able to adequately maintain the channel in a way that I feel confident of taking people's money every month from a membership, I will be notifying exclusively the members and no one else for the purpose of allowing them to make a more informed decision on their memberships specifically. Now, everything that I mentioned earlier about Dawn Trail and what I want to do in Dawn Trail, that's asterisked by Life Changes TM. So, don't worry too much about it. You know, obviously because I'm being so vague, people are going to worry about it. But that's just the nature of the beast. I want to be private about this. Please respect my privacy. And do not speculate about it or anything of the sort. The only thing and reason it's being brought up is because it might impact, well, it'll most likely impact the quality and quantity of videos on the channel. This will be happening in July, which is why I am inspired to see how it affects my life and then take what I've learned in the previous months and then do sustainable recording in October. That's the plan in place so that I can still maintain the channel to an adequate state and keep pursuing this hobby that I enjoy. I apologize if this is a little bit freaky or scary, being out of nowhere, but I think that it is totally fair and important that I need to say, because there's a monetary component to the channel. I think that's why I've got to talk about it. Now, very specifically, one thing I want to make clear is that I am making plans for this channel for the future. So I am confident that the channel will continue. If that confidence ever wanes, members will be notified because, you know, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So with that being said, that is it for the Life Changes TM, okay? I apologize for it being spooky. I apologize for it being random and out of nowhere. But, you know, it's just how it is. It's just life, you know? It is what it is. It's how it is. It's look who it is, indeed. So we're gonna wrap it up here. I ultimately am very optimistic about the channel's future and want to keep the channel going for as long as possible, and Life Changes trademark doesn't affect that. And also, I should probably say this because this is the only elaboration I will ever do. It is not money related. That's very important. And it's the only thing I'm ever gonna say about it, is that it's not money related. Because I am not trying to bait people or guilt people into signing up for more memberships or upgrading their memberships or donating or anything like that. You do not need to do that. Any monetary thing on this channel that isn't just you watching the ads, because you should do that. It's like, you know, you get a 30-second ad, you toss me 15 cents by, you know, I'm just saying, yeah. But, more seriously, I apologize for being a little jokey there. But, more seriously, it is not a money thing. Under no circumstances is a money thing, okay? It is generic life changes, and I will not elaborate further than that. You do not need to spend any money on this channel. It is always optional. I do not need it. It is appreciated. I like money. That has always been my stance, but it is not necessary. It is not necessary now, and it will not be necessary in the future. All donations, what are they called on YouTube? Super chats? I don't know. They call them something silly on YouTube, but like any of those like donation things where like your message gets highlighted or your comment gets highlighted or whatever, entirely 100% always optional. I don't need them. And memberships, 100% always optional. They are massively appreciated, but 100% always optional. You can cancel for any reason. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. My name's been Webweaver, and I am optimistic about the future of the channel, and that is what I honestly believe right now. But life changes will happen, and I will inform exclusively the members if anything happens that makes me unable to upkeep the channel in what I believe would be an adequate way. So, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the World of Horror episode that will be tomorrow, and I'll do the membership read then. Stay safe out there.